Hello, I'm your Kingdom Spiritual Transformational and Life Purpose Life Coach and Mentor, Latricia Booker. And I'm popping in on you to tell you that the gig is up. Kingdom people, the gig is up. And I'm going to lead this message with 2 Corinthians 3 and 17. And it says, "For the Lord is the Spirit, and wherever the Spirit of the Lord is, there is liberty." So, Kingdom people, first off, I'm going to start off by saying you are free because the Spirit of the Lord is with you. The Spirit of the Lord has been with you. The Spirit of the Lord has been guiding you, leading you, protecting you, giving you insight, showing you things, giving you revelation, transforming you, everything. The Spirit of the Lord has been your everything. It has been with you. And because of that, you are free. Because whatever the Spirit of the Lord is, there is liberty. Liberty means freedom. Kingdom people, this is what's going on. It's been some people that in your past that have mishandled you. And they're in your past because you had to walk away from them. You had to let them go. You had to remove yourself from them. Some of these people from your past, are wanting to get back in your good graces. They want to be in your life again. Kingdom people, many of these people, even the ones who have been calling themselves doing work on you, spells, magic, all that stuff that they do, it hasn't been working. I'm going to put it like that. And instead of letting it go, because God tells them and God shows them to leave you alone, to stop. It's like God was like literally showing me this morning a particular person who just don't want to let it go, just don't want to stop. And they have a thing with me because I'm not having anything to do with them. And they never saw it coming. They never saw this coming. They've been trying to do a lot of things. They've been trying to cause certain things to happen in my life. And it's just not happening. And because of a lot of the lies that they've told, this is actually with several people, but God was showing me today this particular person, and it's a woman, a family member, and an elder, that is. He was just kind of showing me how they've said so much. And not just that, they've been working at this since I was a little girl. And they thought they had it until they realized, oh, no, she's seeing, she's aware. They just started to realize, the wool wasn't completely over my eyes all this time. And as time went on, God revealed more and more and more and more. And so they went in real hard on me. And they've said a lot of things. And what's happening is what they're saying is not what's being seen. It's not matching. And so God was just showing me this person. He showed me a vision, an image of this person, and how they was like in a rage. And they only have these moments when they're alone because they have to put on a role in front of other people because they don't want people to know, what's really going on with them behind the scenes. And so God was showing me that they just don't want to let it go. They just can't let it be because, they put so much work into this. They've done a lot of things. Yeah. And the whole point is that the gig is up. It's over with. It's being over with. Sometimes, Kingdom people, stuff be over with. It's stuff that's over with. And people are still going, and it's over. The gig is up. The gig is literally up. The contract has expired. It's over. And some people are still trying. They're still going because they just don't want to leave well enough alone. In some instances, their egos are too big. In some instances, they don't want to, in their mind, accept defeat. as if it's up to them to destroy you, or just bring you down or keep you down, keep you from where God is taking you. Some of these people have made it their mission, made it their job to do just that. And they don't want to accept that they didn't succeed at that they're not succeeding at that. And it also, it puts them in a place of, I keep hearing self-defeat. It becomes where they have a breakdown within themselves. They begin to break down within themselves because they never saw it coming. And so there's another instance where God had to bring this back to my attention today. I'll say maybe a week ago or so, something like that. God was making me aware of a person I used to deal with that wanted me to know that they wanted to talk to me. And so when God told me that, pointed that out to me, I said, well, so they wanted to talk to me about 2.5 years ago or so, when they found a loophole to call me because they were blocked on everything, but they found a way to call me, and I blocked them there too. And so when God showed me this, it was just like, what is that supposed to mean to me? Because they want me to know that they want to talk to me. And so it's like, who cares? It's almost as if that's supposed to matter to me. Like, oh, you want to talk to me? And what God gave me is they wanted me to know that they want to talk to me so I can come reach out to them. But the thing is, this is a person, kingdom people, that I would never have anything to do with ever again, and for good reasons. This is a person that has done the most evilest stuff towards me. This is one of them people, and this is just one. But, it's many people, kingdom people, that have been on these kind of things, even with you. They have these things with these, situations or thoughts or desires for you, where they want you to have these mental breakdowns. They don't want you to know who you are, don't want you to love yourself, want you to look down on yourself. All those things that you're not doing. And even if you did at one point, God has risen you again. Where the Spirit of the Lord is, there is liberty. There's freedom. You're free. You've been set free. And that's why the gig is up, kingdom people, because you've been set free. But they're trying to bring you back into something that you've been freed from. God was showing me how this person wants me to not feel good about myself. And it's just weird. And it's nothing new, but he brought all that back to me. And it's like, I'm the opposite of that. I've always been the opposite of that. But what I've learned, and I've said this before, is people want you to feel actually how they feel. They don't love themselves. They don't feel good about themselves. Never mind the fronting. Never mind and walking around with a big old ego. Never mind that. I'm talking about how they really feel. Because no person who feels good about themselves will want another to not feel good about themselves. And that's actually projection. That's just them projecting how they feel on you. Wanting to project it onto you. Wanting you to feel the way they feel. Kingdom people, here's the thing. The gig is up. It's over. Kingdom people, those people who be trying to break you down because you're just too strong, because they see that spark in you. They see that drive in you. They see that strength. They see that something in you that they lack. Well, kingdom people, they tried to break you down. They try to break you down because they want to feel powerful over you. But the only way they could feel powerful over you is to break you down. Because they don't have the wherewithal to rise up, to become stronger, to have that in them, what they see in you. And here's the thing. Their time to do that is over. The gig is up. It didn't work then. It won't work now. But what has happened, kingdom people, is this. God has given these people chance after chance after chance to chance to come correct, to stop all the nonsense, get their mind right, turn from their crazy ways, and do the right thing. Do the right thing by you. God said something to me this morning. He said the only way they would be able to do right by you is if they did right by themselves. So in other words, they got to get themselves right to do right by you or anybody for that matter. But they wouldn't do that. They just want to keep on in their ways. And kingdom people, it has come to a head, is what I'm getting to. The gig is up. It's over with for a lot of these people. I hate to be the one to say this, but this is something that God has been really speaking to me for a little while now. And he just really spoke to me today about speaking on this. And it's because the gig is up, the gig being up. But it's really up because people just they're not turning the page. They're not turning it around. They're not doing what's necessary to walk up right before God. They're not leaving you alone. They're not letting it go. And many of these people want to be back in your life. They want you to let them back in. But not from a place of them having been changed or be different. Even if they try to tell you that, they actually trying to, they don't even want you to remember what has happened. They want you to just forget about it. Or they want you to let them gaslight you. Or they want you to gaslight yourself. In other words, they want you to think you just tripping. And kingdom people, here's the thing. The gig is up. It's over with. Many of these people, kingdom people, God is correcting me. He's saying all of these people. He had you in some of these people's lives to help level them up. You went through some things. I can remember going through things that I was thinking about it today. God brought it all to mind. He said, you was, when I was out there doing what I was doing, when I was a lot younger, I was doing what I was doing. I would be high as a kite. And when that hat came down and I got me some rest, that next day or whatever the case may be, I was getting my mind right. And he was pointing out to me how the more he brought back to me again, how when you feed yourself the right things, even when you got some stuff going on, the right things you're feeding yourself will eventually overpower those things. And let me give you an example, or let me say it this way. I tell people sometimes, don't worry about trying to, if you smoke or you drink or you got whatever going on, trying to stop. I would say, do the spiritual work. Put the work in. Feed your spirit. When you feed your spirit and you strengthen your spirit and you get that word in you, when you get the right spiritual food in you, it's going to become so strong that those things are going to take care of itself. And that's what I literally did. Some people, because they may have been aware of, certain things that I indulged in, they thought that it would take me over. Actually, some of these people were hoping that they were doing work to even cause that to happen, found out that they had, especially in my family, had to do with some people's deaths. That's something that God had been speaking to me about. It started maybe a year or so ago. Well, it actually started a long time ago, but just more and more been coming out. And just as of recent, he made me very aware of just, yeah. But I'm saying all that to say, where I'm concerned, they was hoping or working, looking for these things to overtake me, not understanding how I was feeding my spirit. And so I'm saying all that to say, waiting on these things, demonic things, so to speak, especially where they're concerned, because they're not, going the way that they would like for them to go. The way they wanted these things to destroy me, or at least put me in a place where I wouldn't be able to get anything done. I wouldn't be able to rise into who God called me to be. But they didn't understand I was putting the spiritual work in. So that stuff could never take me over. My spirit man was more powerful than that. And so, it's one thing though, if God is telling you to let this go, stop doing this, stop doing that. That's different. If God is telling you to do it, that's what you need to do. And he's also giving you the strength to let it go. But it's another thing when this is just your path. And for me, it was designed that way. And I'm just getting literally, it may not be the same kind of stuff, but so for some of you, you've had the same experiences when it comes to certain things. And here's the thing. These people are still wanting to find a way to hold you down, block you, stop you. And the gig is up because ain't nothing going to do that. It's not happening. You have been freed. You have a liberty. And it's over with. Again, going back to what I was getting ready to say, God had you in the life of some of these people to help them, to show them the way. But because of your maybe issues you had going on or whatever you had going on, they missed it. And what has happened, kingdom people, is while you was getting your mind right, even in the midst of going through things, they were supposed to be getting their mind right. They never did that. They never did that. Even if they were learning things, they were doing things, it never left. It just went as far as right here. It was nothing to feed them, feed their spirit, transform them, elevate them where God is concerned, spiritually speaking first. It was never designed to do that, or they never did that with it, should I say. It was just all about putting on a show, putting up a front, hiding the truth of who they were. And so God had you there to be a way shower to them, because you actually was putting in the work. You was actually going through your process. You was actually transforming right before their noses, right before their eyes, but they missed it. They missed it, kingdom people. And so now some of these people, you've walked away from, you had to cut ties with for good reason. And they reaching out to you, or they want to reach out to you, but you have no interest in reaching back to them. And this is the thing. The only reason why they want to reach towards you, kingdom people, is because the gig is up. It's over with. It's over. It's over. And make that make sense. Now that it's over, you see it's over, all your tactics, everything that you tried to pull, now you want to be in the person's life that you literally tried to keep down, keep bound, and try to destroy. God was showing me this person that want to talk to me, want me to know that they want to talk to me. My thing is I'm not interested in listening. I have no listen. People have a thing where they think they plot up what they gonna say to you. Because you are a person with empathy, and you probably have sympathy. You have a loving, pure heart. They know you in that way, in that aspect. But they are learning your firmness. They're learning your boundaries. They're learning, no, you're not going to play with me. They're learning that. But they want to get in your ear or talk to you so you can feel for them, so you can sympathize with them, because they want to be in your good graces. Everything is falling apart for them, kingdom people. They've made bad choices after bad choice, especially where you're concerned, and they realize that. And they just want safety now. They want to run to safety, which is you. And the gig is up. It's nothing happening. You can't save these people. When you were there in their life to help them heal, help them resolve their inner issues, deal with their inner conflict, they will have none of it. The scripture even say that they will hear none of it. They wasn't trying to hear it. They wasn't interested. They was looking at you like you was crazy if you even, tried, to help say things that you would talk about to some of these people. They looked at you like you upside your head, like you was a whole nut. But now they realize you're far from a nut, that you know what you're talking about. You knew what you was talking about then. And now it's too late. The gig is up. They want back in after all that. Instead of taking the help back then, some of them became jealous because it was you. They had the ability to do what you do. They became competitive. They wanted to compete. Again, as I said, someone was trying to break you down so they can feel like they had power over you. By the way, that's the reason why people try to break you down, because they want to feel like they have power over you, because they really know that you're powerful. But in order for them to feel powerful where you're concerned, they need to break you down, because again, they ain't finna level up. And even now, kingdom people, these ones that's trying to reach for you and you're gone. You're gone. They're trying to reach for you and you're gone, and you're not interested in reaching back towards them. Here's the thing. Those ones that are wanting to reach for you, they still the same or worse. This person in particular that I was just speaking about, that I used to deal with in a situation, whatever you want to call it, I was actually married to him, and I don't like care to say that. It's almost embarrassing, but it is what it is. I was where I was. God had me stationed there temporarily. I did my time. I did my sentencing. I got set free. I got let out of jail. They want me back in jail, because being with them or dealing with them would be jail. Would be jail for me. And then I'm not the same person who I used to be. They don't even know who I am at this point. And even with that, that's a person that think they're going to get back in to try to, that's what God told me too. Want me to be who I used to be. Need me to go back to being the way I used to be. Because the only way they can deal with me is if I be who I used to be. Now, how that work? But this is how people think. They want what they want with you, and they can't get it with you because of your new, who you are. You're new. You're not who you used to be. They want the old you back, but the new you has arrived. You are free. You have liberty. Okay? The Spirit of the Lord is with you, and that's that on that. Came to people. It's people that they been trying to play on your top. Some of them for a long time. And again, they want back in. Because you became aware some of them, like I said, been playing on your top, trying to for a long time. God spoke to me this morning about a person that I had already distanced myself from. He really just dealt with me in such a way today. Like, you have to just not have anything to do with them. And, this person, it's a thing of trying to put sugar over dirt. All of a sudden that I'm not around, I kind of created some distance. I know what I know. I see what it is for what it is. They, want to all of a sudden buy gifts, like something they hadn't been doing now that I'm gone. And then still try to interact with me in the way that we used to interact, and it's not the same. This is a person that has been trying to play on my top for a long time. And God just took me through, and it's been happening lately, taking me through different seasons and times over my life that this person was just saying inappropriate things, doing inappropriate things. They were just foul. God allowed me to go through my life, having a forgiving heart, looking past it, so to speak, trying to be understanding. You give people a chance. I don't want to say a benefit of the doubt. I'm going to say a chance, but again, to correct themselves, to get their mind on right. But they never did. It actually only got worse when I started to step it up. And so God brought to my attention, you have to let them go, period. And here's the thing. God said, yeah, I allowed you to be loving. I allowed you to grow and heal through those things and still walk in love in spite of what they did. And he said, but none of it was okay. And the issue is they never turned from their ways. The thing is, they never truly repented for any of those things. The truth is that they still the same. Nothing has changed. And God says you have to let them go. Furthermore, they're connected to other people that I don't deal with at all and won't ever. And God literally told me today, you have to just let them completely go, which I'm okay with. But who this person is to me, you know, because of who they are, I try to maintain some form of something, even though it's very limited and not much. But God told me this morning, no, no. He said the gig is up. The gig is up. So, kingdom people, for many of you, you're going to have to, you know, you've already probably created distance. You've already walked away from some folks, but he's saying the gig is up. Because part of what's going on, kingdom people, is that it's not going to be well with these people. Things are getting ready to fall apart. They already started for some of these people, but it's not going to be well. While you're going up, they're going to be falling down. And it's because of all of the injustices that they have done towards you. Again, with no true repentance, but actually trying to keep it going. Even trying to come in your life, again, with no true repentance. Just wanting to, just so messy. Just so messy and toxic and demonic. And God is saying, the gig is up. The gig is up. You're going to have to walk into this next chapter of your life alone for many of you. It doesn't mean that if you have people, you know, that's not what I mean. What I mean by that is without them and alone, if need be. Sometimes that's the best way. That way you ain't got all that interference, and because that's what these people have been in your life. Interferences. God allowed it for a time, for a season or 2 or 3 or 4, but he's not allowing it anymore. He's saying the gig is up. It's a wrap for these people, you know. And you know, he was even showing me how some of these people are going to literally lose their mind, and I do mean literally. And I was reminded again today of the church where I grew up at. Is the pastor that was there when I went there to give my life officially to Christ back in 2003. And he was attack me a lot. He would be cool with me and act like I was his sweetie. I think that's what he used to call me. Something he used to call me. But he was really passive aggressive. He was constantly attacking me. And I was peeping it, but I was cool. God had me just in a place where I was cool, but I was noticing it. It was very obvious. God was teaching me something though. A few years ago or so, this man literally lost his mind. And what I mean by that, he don't remember nothing. I mean, he forget a lot. He even, when I was last there, called me up to the, because some of my family still go there, the ones that I was dealing with then that I don't deal with anymore. He called me up to the pulpit. Now at this time, he not preaching anymore. He just sit up there because he is still the pastor of the church. He called me up there, so I went up there and he shook my hand. He said, "Are you new?" And I was like, "No." And I kind of was like, "No," or whatever. I don't remember what I said, but he didn't even know who I was. And this is a person who attacked me horribly. And it wasn't just me. He attacked a lot of people. He ran people out of the church. He was that kind of person. It was so crazy. But God dealt with him. He literally lost his mind. He don't remember. And God have been showing me people, you know, that are getting ready to actually lose their mind. God been giving me dementia a lot. He been showing me, and he even showed me a couple of my people that I know, one being a family member, that is getting ready to have dementia. That actually, it's already started. It's already started. But you know how it can start slow and it builds. They start being forgetful, not remembering things, and it just gets worse. And I'm not saying that to speak anything or anybody, but I'm saying what God showed me. And this is what's so interesting about what God said to me. He said that that's what they wanted from me. It's people that wanted you to lose your mind, kingdom people. And they're actually going to lose theirs. They're not going to remember. And others are going to actually lose their mind in a way of mentally just being gone, you know. And a lot of it has to do with that they mishandled you, they messed up with you, and now they can't get back into your energy, your life, your presence. You've been freed. The gig is up, kingdom people. It's over. It's over for these people. And you have to leave them be. You have to let them be where they are. You have to let them deal with the consequences of their actions. You know, I'm hearing, vengeance is mine, said the Lord. These people did a lot, but you let God handle it. I'm just reminded of the live I did last week, where we were talking about when Elijah cursed them boys that was mocking him. And it was a thing going on about to return a sinner. We're not supposed to do that. But God said to me, and I wasn't saying that, but God gave me, he said, that naturally happens. It's called reaping what you sow. You don't have to send it back. It just goes back. But he also reminded me, vengeance is mine. Vengeance is mine. And he do deal with it. And we let him deal with it. Now they got to deal with what they getting dealt with by God. Vengeance is mine, said the Lord. King the people, the whole thing here is that the gig is up. It's over for these people. Ain't no coming back. Ain't no you turning around. Ain't no you reconciling. Because too, when they had the opportunity to do that, they didn't. And even those that wanted to, had it in their mind what they was going to do and say, they weren't finna put it all out there all right. They weren't getting ready to give you all the real. They was going to keep some, they play. They manipulative. They're not straight and up front. It's all about getting back into your life, into your good graces. Because what a lot of these people realize is that you was I want to say the winning piece, the winning link. You are it. You are the lick. You got the juice. And they realize that, but they want to mishandle. They want to mishandle you. They want to mishandle your anointing. And God is saying, the gig is up. You can want, you can be sad because it ain't happening. You can whatever. But you got to deal with the consequences of your actions. Go get your life right with God, because that's the only shot you got now. Because it's too late for them to get it right with you. They had their chance over for years, some of them, and they still wouldn't do it. And even when they attempted to it, I remember a year or so ago, a relative wanted to send me a thinking of you card. Someone mentioned to me that they asked for my address, and I told them no. All of a sudden, now that I done moved around you, because I see what's up with you, CC, and now I realize I just need to leave you alone. You want to send me a thinking of you card. It's a form of manipulation. It's a form of trying to make you soft and get on your soft side and get on your kingdom people. It's all a game. And for that reason, the gig is up. They playing, but we ain't for play. We for real. Kingdom people, the gig is up. And that's all I have to say about that. So if you like this video and or if it resonates with you, please just go ahead and give it a thumbs up. Then click on that subscribe button and subscribe to my channel if you have not already done so. Thank you. Make sure you click that bell so that you can receive a notification every time I upload a new video. Kingdom people, if there's any information you need to know about me, you can find all that right down below in the description box, along with other helpful resources. Kingdom people, thank you all so very much for being here. Thank you for all your likes, comments, subscribe, shares, feedback. Thank you for all your seeds that you sow into me and my ministry. Thank you for all of your bookings and for all of your purchases. Thank you for everything you do here, Kingdom people. Thank you. Now, Kingdom people, I love you all so very much. You all know I don't want to leave, but I do have to go right now. But I will be back to hold my Kingdom people down. Now, Kingdom people, above all else, let the Holy Spirit lead you in all things at all times. Kingdom people, we are untouchable, we are unmovable, we are unstoppable, and we are unbreakable. Kingdom people, go and be great. That is my time. Jesus girl is out. Peace.